tide. Be careful with stars. Not every
Today is another travel day. I was home for 24 hours and it was a great trip back from Hong Kong. Now I'm back in the Doha Hamad International Airport and I'm flying over to Kathmandu today, into Nepal. I'm going to see what I can do and what kind of adventures I can get into. There's something special I want to do over there. Whether I accomplish it or not, I'm not really too sure. I'll do what I can to get it done. In the meantime, I've got to walk through this awesome airport. Well, today not only am I in one of the best airports on the planet, but I'm also flying one of the best airlines in the world, Qatar Airways, and I'm lucky enough to sit in a business class seat all the way out to Nepal. It's going to be great. When I get to Kathmandu, I got a lot of stuff to do there. I got a very short time. I've only got 2.5 days, and I got a lot of things that I want to do. So stick with me. Check it out. It's going to be fun. Actually, today's airplane is the shining new 787 of Qatar Airways. Hello, young lady. How are you? Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I remember you.
Oh, this is the 900. Nice. 2 echo there. 2 echo. Well, I'm on board Qatar Airways 787-9, which has a very specially equipped queue suites. Very nice. I got my own private door, which closes here, and it's a really, really nice little suite. Look at it. It's fantastic. It's a really nice area of the aircraft, and you have everything that you want here. You have a great large TV screen that's a touch screen. You have all the devices to control the aircraft, control the seat. Nice. You have a vanity mirror. You have a lot of nice things. All the gadgets to plug everything in. It's a lay flat bed. It's beautiful. You have nice big windows, and they're dimmable windows as well. They don't have a window shade, you just dim the windows. This is a beautiful airplane. This is the Qatar Airways new 787-9. I'm gonna love this trip. It's too bad it's only 4 hours. You can't do an international flight without a great little glass of rosé. It's a fantastic way to travel, really. Beautiful. Thank you, sunshine.
We strictly observe a non-smoking policy at all times on board all our aircraft.
And a really great rosé as well.
Electronic smoking devices,
Or I should say red rosé champagne, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's really good. I'm really liking it. Thanks again, sunshine.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy.
Well, hey, my peoples, here I am. I am now in Kathmandu, Nepal. It's a beautiful day. It's actually 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm heading out to pick up a motorcycle, an actual Royal Enfield Himalayan, and I'm going to ride about 6.5 hours today. So it's going to be a very, very interesting ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to pick up the motorcycle. I'm going to come back here to the hotel. I'm going to pack it up with a little bit of gear that I have because I'm only here for 2 days, so I don't have a lot. And then I'm going to do a 6-hour ride. The adventure begins, of course, by taking a little tiny local taxi over to where I need to go to pick up the motorcycle on these little tiny roads, which are not well maintained, but you know, it's a little bit of a ride over to where I need to go to pick up the motorbike, and enjoying my ride in this little tiny local taxi. It's always quite interesting. It's always quite small, but it's a great way to get around. Very easy. Alright, I got the bike. First things first, I got to get gas. Okay, so the adventure begins, and I'm going to be riding this bike for the next 6 hours out to a very remote place because I am going to get some wild honey. This is going to be awesome, also known as mad honey. It's going to be a really good trip. So I'm taking this bike, which is a perfect bike to be able to ride right now because I'm in the Himalayas. Beautiful. This is always sitting traffic here in Nepal, waiting for a single lane bridge to give us space to go through. Wow, that was a crazy ride. I set out at 9 a.m. Now it's noon, shortly thereafter. Because I'm on the main type of road that goes from Kathmandu to Pokhara, two big cities, there's a lot of traffic, a lot of trucks, a lot of buses. And a lot of times you'll find yourself driving down the road, coming around a blind corner or down a hill or up a hill or whatever, and you'll see two buses or you'll see two trucks or a truck and a bus side by side, blocking the whole road as one is overtaking the other. And you have to take evasive actions and kind of get yourself off the road because there's not enough space for you. And that happened to me probably about 10 times, and it's quite casual over here. It happens all the time, but something that you're not used to, or I'm not used to immediately. Getting used to it now. So I'm going to continue down the road a little bit. Maybe I'll stop at the side of the road somewhere and get myself some fruit and definitely something to drink again because I finished all my water, and carry on our way. Look how dirty my face is. All right, the best thing I can do today is get some watermelon. Thank you, Dhanyavad. From a roadside stand here, so I can get something to eat. I can't wash my face, can't do anything like that with all this road dirt, but I can on the side of the road. There's some really nice watermelon, and I'm just gonna find a place where I can sit down, which is probably over there where my motorbike is. I'm gonna sit down with this guy over here, whoever that is, and I'm gonna enjoy my watermelon break. Oh yeah, it's tasty. Definitely hits a spot on the hot day. And a long, dusty ride. Nice.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy. Close your eyes to the madness. In the morning, it's all gonna vanish. Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you.
Since I blew up, everybody telling me that.
Well, this journey is definitely not boring. I finally got out of the 120 kilometers of construction or so, and now I'm on these really great roads. But it's also laden with broken bridges that are under construction. And now I just went around a huge area down there. This sign says road closed. And I went around a huge area back there because there's a landslide there, wiped the whole road out. So we end up going all the way down into the valley, around and back up out of the valley and up here where we are now. Probably about a 30-minute deviation. What doesn't help matters for me is I'm turning this basic 4-hour or 6-hour ride into a 7.5-hour trip, because back there when I was in all that construction, I got lost. I was supposed to make a turn. I couldn't see the turn because of all the construction that was there and all the trucks that were queuing up and things like that. So I ended up having to go back almost 30 minutes to go back to where I originally wanted to go, and then I finally found this road come out. So it was actually pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars.
Finally, I get to stop. Not exactly where I wanted to go because I passed the place I wanted to go. Because you know, there's no mount for this, so I can't watch Google Maps or I can't do anything like that. So I keep on getting lost, missing my turns, doing all that stuff. And I drove right past the guest house I was going to stay in. But I found this one, and I'm going to stay in this guest house. This is my motorbike, and the crazy thing about staying in this guest house is not only is the mad honey up in those hills, but there's a great waterfall up there that I have to check out. I'm wondering why it's called a waterfall guest house. Check that baby out up there. Nice. This is actually what you can see from the back of the guest house. Really nice, right on the river. Very cool. I'm liking it a lot. The sun breaks out on top of the Himalayas. Just a little bit. Alright, okay. Losing daylight. But behind me is the guest house where I'm staying. I'm going to walk over here to this little bridge that I see that goes over this spectacular grand little river. After that 8-hour ride, which was supposed to be 6, but I'd have to say 1 hour is my fault, and the rest of it was just construction, chaos, and misery. But it's actually a pretty nice end to the day. I really like it. Hello. The weather's beautiful, the air is fantastic because we're in the mountains. I'm gonna go get something to eat later, and up there, tomorrow, somewhere up there, I'm going hiking with a guide. Not only am I going to see a really cool waterfall, which I wasn't expecting, wasn't on the list of things to do, but it's going to be a adventure to see the mad honey, the wild honey of Nepal. This is a pretty cool little village, to be honest. How people are living here in this little village of no name. I don't know what the name of it is. I'm sure it has one, but it's interesting venturing around these kind of places. Oh, here it is here. Didn't think I'd find this bridge. Wanted to get it while the daylight was still on. Wow, here we go. Very cool. Namaste. Wow. Hi.
Where are you
Wait, let me take a selfie.
Don't be afraid of the tide. Be careful with stars.
This is definitely a tiny bridge going over a beautiful river. Wow. You can see the Himalayan peaks up there. If you look over there, you can see the homestay I'm staying in. Right there, that pink place. Beautiful. And up there is the wild honey. So you don't get lost, they have a map of the town. We are there. And this place is 1,100 meters high. So basically 3,500 feet. This is the bridge right there. So now I know my way around. I'll never get lost. A little restaurant there. In case I get lost in this town, there's the town map.
Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let
This place has a fish farm. I got some trout, and some fried rice, and a local beer. Well, the great thing that they have around here is they have this trout pond that they made, and they have their own trout in there. They take the water from the river and they run it through this little trout pond that they have there, and that's what I had last night for dinner. An amazing trout. They told me that they grew it themselves, but I didn't actually see it until this morning. Very cool. All right, my peeps, 6 o'clock in the morning. Buzzing with activity. Good, beautiful views of the Himalayas this morning as they're just peeking out there. That's a great guest house to stay in. It's full of people. people from Germany, Brazil, Israel, some other cultures and countries. That's the only ones that I recognize by their accents. They're all getting in their tour guided jeeps and stuff, and they're getting ready to drive away. But today, I'm going to go up into those mountains. I'm going to see where they get this mad honey. I'm also going to check out a waterfall that they're famous for here. It's going to be a great day, man. And then I got to get back on the road. And I'm really disappointed in a way that I can't do very much video while I'm on the road, because I got both hands on the wheel, on the handlebars. And it's really, really rough. It's quite an extreme little ride. This road that you see here is probably the most paved, calm section of any part of the road that I go on. So yesterday I did 250 kilometers or so. And out of that 250 kilometers, I would say 150 kilometers were construction. Terrible, really dust and dirt and lots of trucks and things like this. And probably about 80 kilometers of that was stand-up mountain roads where you could only stand up and to ride. You couldn't sit and ride because it's so rough and it's so twisty and turning. And the remainder of the section was a little bit paved. That's what it was like. It's crazy. I loved it though. Great experience. Okay, well, I stand corrected. The river's down there. The lodge, or the guest house, is over behind those trees. The fish pond I showed you actually gets its water from here. I thought I got it from the river, but they just corrected me. Gets it from here, where my guide is standing over there. There's a waterfall. And that's where the water comes from that goes to the fish pond. But eventually goes into that trough that you see there, and it produces 65 kilowatts of power in a hydrodynamic turbine for the village, which is plenty for the village. This is a stunning waterfall. Natural water coming down from the mountains. It's amazing. Nepal is full of these things all over the place. And here you can even see the higher peaks of the Himalayas over there coming through the sun. Before we were only looking at that one. Now we can see the one behind. Beautiful. Of course, they also have schools and everything here for the kids. Again, that's the village that I'm staying at down there. You see a little bridge. I was taking some pictures on that bridge earlier, yesterday. They walk across the bridge over to this village, and over there, that building with the red roof, that's their school for the community. Very nice. Okay, so as we trek up this hill, the guide told me now that last month, 25 Chinese? 25 Chinese came here to do surveys on these trees and the wildlife over here. Imagine. And they said that this tree over here, this tree, is older than the prehistoric period, older than the dinosaurs. Is that correct? So a lot of these trees here have been here for a very long time, and I think because of the high altitude here, because we're over 4,000 feet high, that the trees don't actually grow that big and that fat. That's awesome, man. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. This is an old part of the world. Oh, the waterfall. And here is what I came to see. Now you see closely those black things hanging down. There's my finger. There's my finger. Those black things there hanging down underneath the rock. Those are the beehives from the mad honeybees. And the guys will come here later on this month. They'll drop some lines from all the way up there, down there, and they'll catch the honey from the edge of that cliff. Crazy insane. That's where they get the mad honey. Now, obviously, I can't see them doing it because I'm a month early. But down the way a little bit, there's another village that actually did it last week. So again, I'm not going to be able to see them do it, but I can go to that little village, and I am going to that little village. I'm going to collect some of that wild honey that they harvested last week. That's going to be awesome. I got to try some of that, take some home and put it on my toast every morning. Start the day off right. This is beautiful up here. Well, I feel incredibly lucky that I'm even here, even though I don't get to harvest the honey that I came here in search of. I feel incredibly lucky that I'm able to be here to see this stuff, have a good look at it, know where it comes from. I'm in the region, I meet the people. I'm going to take part in getting some of that honey, my great guide over here. And not only that, but I get to enjoy these spectacular views, the great experience of riding up here on a motorbike, views of the Himalayas. Yeah, I'm a lucky guy. All right, so I was just told right beside this big landslide, there's another cliff on this side of the landslide, that this village takes care of those bees. Now here in Nepal, every village has their own mad honey and has their own bees. So these bees these hives we just seen today belong to the village that I'm staying in. Those hives over there belong to that little village over there, and so on. Each village has their own, and they don't go to each other's village to take the honey. Each village has their own honey, and it's for them only to harvest. So of course, me being me, I don't like going the same way twice, coming and going. So I asked the guide to take me a different way back. And this is the road we're gonna follow back. A lot easier than climbing the mountain. But man, oh man, that's a long road. Let's do it. Okay, well, I'm hanging out in this village. We came here specifically and I met this guy. Famous guy, not a famous guy, but he's a farmer. But
Hunter.
He's a honey hunter, and look what I got. I've got 1 liter of wild honey. Of course, they don't have any proper containers, so they just put it in a water bottle, but this is the wild honey that they collected, not from the place that we seen, but another place that's over the hill on top of the mountain that he says is a lot better than the one that we've seen as far as potency is concerned. So, I'm only supposed to take a teaspoon, right?
1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon only, and that's gonna do you. That's amazing. Came for what I was looking for. Didn't actually get to see them harvested. Just a couple of days away from the harvest. Today's Wednesday, and on Friday this village is going to go up to the place that we've seen and harvest the honey. So I'm just missing it. But the honey hunter that I was just talking to back there, he got this honey from another place just on the other side of the hill, and they harvested it last weekend. So it's awesome. It's fresh, really good honey. And he said it's very mad. What do you got there, boss?
Cotton.
Cotton. That's awesome. Where'd you get the cotton? Wild cotton.
Wild cotton from this big tree.
Oh, there's a big tree right over there. That big tree right there. Yeah, I can see the little white balls of cotton. So do you make your clothes from this cotton? Same. Wow, that's freaking cool. A cotton tree as opposed to a cotton bush or things like that, like they have in North America. Yeah, always seeing cool shit around here. This is a great place. Okay, that in the distance is a cotton tree. And my guide here, he's holding a piece of cotton that flies off the cotton tree. And if you look closely, you see 1 seed inside there. And that 1 seed will pollinate, right? And plant other...
Everybody 1 seed.
Every little cotton ball has 1 seed in it.
The natural system too.
Yeah, natural system, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of cotton balls in that little tree there. That's incredible. One thing they definitely have a lot of here, natural herb. It grows everywhere, just wild. Let's stop and take a quick video. Look how pretty this is with all the cotton blowing around. Been doing that for a while. It looks quite nice, actually. Namaste. Well, this kind of shit happens sometimes when you ride. Oh my gosh. Can you maybe help me pick?
Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. So
Sometimes on the road this can happen. There's construction up there. They're actually clearing a landslide. And they're knocking down some loose rocks. So the road is closed for the temporary time being. There's plenty of us around. Waiting for them to open the road. Maybe I'll slide through without them knowing. Catch me if you can. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy. Close your eyes to the madness. In the morning, it's all gonna vanish. Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you.
What a find. Well, today's ride is absolutely great. I'm loving every second of it. So much fun. I got my gear packed up differently so you can handle the rough roads. I wear my backpack instead of strapping it to the bike so there's less weight, and I'm doing a lot more stand-up riding. It's just awesome. But look what I found. The blue building behind me, that is a brewery. And I don't know how to pronounce this beer name properly, but I'm going to go take a brewery tour. Now, I've already been told I can't take videos in there. It's not allowed, but I can take pictures. So I am going to take a bunch of pictures. And here, right on the river there, you can see we are. There's my ride, and there's a beer garden. How can there be a beer garden here? It's quite fantastic, actually. It's something I wasn't expecting. And when you walk inside, genuinely a beer garden, just like you would find in Munich or anywhere else. It's actually pretty awesome. It's a great little beer hall, and this is the name of the beer. Whatever beer that is, however you pronounce that, it's awesome. So I'm going to go take a beer tour. It includes a free beer, so I'm going to have a beer out right afterwards. Awesome find. So this is a brand new factory in Nepal, and they just started making beer. The brewmaster is actually a guy from Munich, from Germany, and that's why they have things like Yaktoberfest beer and things like that. It's because this is the Yak Brewery. They make craft beer here, pale ale from Yak. Because this is the Yak Brewery, that's the name of it. Absolutely cool, man. Really nice tour, and you can see that we're actually right on the river over there. So the view here is spectacular. And when you come here, not only do you take a tour, but you get free beer as well, because you go to the beer house over there, the beer hall, and you can drink some beers and chill in this spectacular scenery. Freaking awesome.
Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart.
Lots and lots and lots of beers being bottled. Amazing.
Not every light is gonna guide you, baby.
Well, after a really cool factory tour, I gotta have one of their beers. Down here by the river, chilling. Let's see what this is like. Oh my God, it's great. Holy crap. Tastes just like another one. I'll tell you what, casually finding this beer garden on the side of the road, and then I noticed a big sign for factory tours of a beer facility. I said, what? What is that? And I never even heard of this brand of beer before. As you can see. I'm sure you might not have heard of it either. But it is delicious beer. They got a nice little beer garden here. I did a really cool tour, which I appreciated, and I could enjoy these beers. And they're fresh beers made right there, less than 100 meters away. So you know it's going to be good. I can guarantee you this is clean beer. They don't put anything else in the processing. I like it a lot. And after riding 4.5 hours today, the ride was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I did a lot more stand-up riding, which is a lot of fun, you know. And a lot of it was off-road riding, you know, undeveloped roads and things like that. It was really, really cool. Salute. It definitely tastes like another one.
Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy. Close your eyes to the madness. In the morning, it's all gonna be.
All right, well, today starts another day. Woke up this morning, stayed at a decent place, got my ride all packed up, ready to go, just warmed up the engine. And it's my last ride. It's about 4 hours from here to go to Kathmandu, pack up the rest of my gear, and back to work and doing all the normal things I normally do. It was kind of a cool trip, man. I enjoyed the 3 days I was out here. It was good fun, good riding. Again, I couldn't take any videos of the ride because it's a bit too extreme, and there's a lot of construction on the way back. And silly me, I didn't bring none of the proper mounts with me. You know what I mean? I got a mount here on top of my helmet, as you can see, for a GoPro. But the GoPro accessory associated with that mount, I didn't bring with me, of course. And I had a couple of brackets that I could put on so I can mount my GoPros and things like that while I ride. But the brackets that I have, the attachments that I have, don't fit anywhere on this motorbike without impeding the steering or doing something silly like that, you know what I mean? So none of that stuff could be done, unfortunately, so I got no riding pictures. So this is not really a riding video. It's more of like a little adventure video just for fun. Hope you enjoyed it. So there's some kind of road construction going on here. Lots and lots of it. A little bit hard to ride, but it's good fun. Well, that's it, man. Brought my bike back to the place where I rented it. This place is awesome. It's called City Motorbike. It's tucked away in a little alleyway beside the Everest Hotel. But I'll tell you what, the bikes are really great. You got a brand new Himalayan, the one that I was riding, as you've seen. That was crazy. 3 days, not quite 3 days, in hours. It's only been 52 hours or what have you. But it's been a great trip. I loved it. And I actually love being around in Kathmandu. It's a really cool place to hang out. Very bohemic. All my peeps, I'm back pretty much at my favorite place in Kathmandu. I'm in an area called Thamel. And in this area there's lots of bohemian type of restaurants and shops and bars. Right across the road there's a great reggae bar, believe it or not. Live music's been there forever. I'm in the Roadhouse. Roadhouse Cafe. Great place, look it up. If you're ever out here in Thamel or in Kathmandu, this is a place to go. I've been coming here for 15 years, at least that long. Previously I made a video. It was a terrible quality because I didn't know how to use my 360 camera properly, but the video's there. And I love coming here because they make wood oven pizzas, really good pizzas, and they've been making them since time stood still, manager. These pizzas are great. Yes, indeed. Nothing beats a good pizza after a long ride. That is well worth waiting for. You'd never think you get one of the greatest pizzas right here in Nepal, but you do. Not disappointed. Having said that, there's another place down the road called Fire and Ice, run by an Italian family. They're actually just as good. Between Roadhouse and Fire and Ice, fantastic pizzas here in Kathmandu. Fantastic. Pastas as well, all kinds of other stuff, but I'm here for the pizza. I love it.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy. Close your eyes to the madness. In the morning it's all gonna vanish. Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you.
Well, that was cool, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Do me that favor. It'd be awesome for me. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being here for me, and I hope you enjoy. Have a great day. See you out there. A little adventure to see the what do you call it? I lost my train of thought. What do you call that stuff? Oh yeah.